They say Bigfoot likes to hide, but science tells a different tale. No footprints, no fur, no trail. Oh, Bigfoot, where could you be? A myth, a legend, just fantasy. No evidence for us to see. Bigfoot, you're a mystery. Blurry photos, shaky cams, stories told by many hands. But when we look with a skeptic's eye, Bigfoot's just a tale gone by. Oh, Bigfoot, where could you be? A myth, a legend, just fantasy. No evidence for us to see. Bigfoot, you're a mystery. Shaky cams, stories told by many hands. But when we look with a skeptic's eye, Bigfoot's just a tale gone by. Scientists search both near and far, but no Bigfoot in their radar. Just a legend, a campfire song, a tale that's been around too long. Some say he jumps through dimensions or communicates with telepathic intentions. But these ideas are quite absurd, just stories spun from word to word. Oh, Bigfoot, where could you be? A myth, a legend, just fantasy. No evidence for us to see. Bigfoot, you're a mystery. If you have to make him magical, he's just imagination, no. A creature of myth, not reality, a figment of our fantasy. Science needs tangible proof, like bones, hair, tracks in tall grass, excrement or something solid to show, not just a blurry video. Just fantasy, no evidence for us to see. Bigfoot, you're a mystery. So next time you hear a Bigfoot tale, remember this song and set sail on a journey of truth with facts in hand, debunking Bigfoot across the land. They say Bigfoot likes to hide, but science tells a different tale. No footprints, no fur, no trail. Oh, Bigfoot, where could you be? A myth, a legend, just fantasy. No evidence for us to see. Bigfoot, you're a mystery. Blurry photos, shaky cams, stories told by many hands. But when we look with a skeptic's eye, Bigfoot's just a tale gone by. Oh, Bigfoot, where could you be? A myth, a legend, just fantasy. No evidence for us to see. Bigfoot, you're a mystery. Shaky cams, stories told by many hands. But when we look with a skeptic's eye, Bigfoot's just a tale gone by. Scientists search both near and far, but no Bigfoot in the radar. Just a legend, a campfire song, a tale that's been around too long. Some say he jumps through dimensions or communicates with telepathic intentions. But these...
Hey Bart, can you hear me? Mr. Robinson, Bart dude. How do I sound? I got headphones, different new headphones, earbuds. Yeah, I'm gonna be a stranger, dude. I don't feel like really being around this atmosphere anymore, if you know what I mean. Thank you. It's the same fucking people, it's the same arguments and going after the same people. Mike Sharon for 2 years. It's just stupid. I'm tired of it. There's only certain loyalty people have. I don't really care, actually. I hope you're good, Bart. Just stopping in, playing the song for a little bit, see who pops in. Not really even feel like talking. Just hopefully by next year sometime I'll be gaming on here. I've been working on. Yeah, Bart. I mean, shit's Vegas Valley. It's the same shit. Just don't want to be part of it. It's like watching old reruns. And then people get bored, so they start new shit. You know? So, fuck them. I don't give a shit. All we are is bricks on the wall, right? We're just people on the internet. I've gotten a lot done, though. Actually, better I haven't been on here. I mean, I'm going to keep the channel, but it's going to go probably just BS and gaming. Nothing to do with 1A community. I don't care about anybody on that shit. I don't want to hear any of it. Losing Limey this year was enough for me. And yet people still do it. So. And I'm not made to be a keyboard warrior. Bart, I got back into paint by numbers. I mean, everybody's doing that fucking diamond art or whatever. I'm like, fuck that. I went to the paint by numbers, and I'll tell you what. Since the last time I did them, they used to come on a piece of thin cardboard or whatever. Now it comes on a canvas and everything. Pretty fucking cool. And they're pretty cheap, man. I got one. I mean, you can use the brushes that come with it. I prefer the fancy brushes. So you can get them for like $10 a set on Amazon, and then I think the brush set was like $6, $7. And hopefully next year I'll have my 3D printer. Jeremy, yeah, I say 3D printer, and here you come in. Be doing something hobby-wise back into that. And I'm going to be setting up my trains, too. I got a limited amount of money to work with, so I can only do a little bit each month. So I'm in no fucking hurry. I ain't going anywhere until I fucking die. So Jeremy, I need some way to get in touch with you. All right. So if I gave you my phone number, would you call me? Yes or no? I got a friend that just got a 3D printer. He's doing pretty good with it. Because he does model kits, the old standard cars and stuff like that. And he does Star Trek, Star Wars spaceships, and he does the fiber optic lighting. Well, anyway, he got a 3D printer for under 300, and he was able to print out all the parts for the motor for the car. He already had a duplicate motor. All right, let me know when you have a pen and paper, Jeremy. Because I know you don't do any of the side bullshit, Discord and all that. I'll give you my number here. I don't care. I'll give you my address. You want to fucking call me and prank me? Go right ahead. But I want you to connect with him, Jeremy. He's been a long, good time friend. I've known him for over 10 years. He's been really good to me. In memory of my wife, he put together the car from Supernatural, the model kit, and he customized it where he cut the trunk open, made hinges, and he put the pentagram on the trunk inside and little storage box I can use for weapons, which I have weapons that can go with it. So, but I've been telling him, I told him about you, and you got so much shit. I don't even know where to start. So if I can connect you. All right, you ready? 704. That's the area code. 450 8844. Send me a text so I know it's you, and then I'll save your number, or you can send private, whatever you want to do. I know you're private about your identity. I'm sure as hell not going to tell fucking anybody. So, but anyway. You can write it down too, Bart, if you want to call me. Okay. I may or may not answer. All right, Jeremy, just let me know, too, so I know it's you. And if it's a phone number, if you want me to save it, let me know, and then I'll find a way to hook you up with him. Uh, well, we'll figure out over the phone a way to hook up with him. I mean, the worst case scenario, I'll give you his phone number. The new person we talk to. He's retired like me. He just fucks around. He builds everything in his house, storage sheds, workshops. The fucking guy does everything. You should see some of the model kits he's done, man. He's got the Millennium Falcon, all fiber optic lights in the cockpit, the whole soundboard, that kit you buy with the sound, and then you got the fiber optics. Pretty cool. Yeah, he's just getting into it, bro. So I told him, I said, look, I got a guy that's got schematics or whatever you fucking want, shit you can't get. I'm excited to see when you two connect what he creates from what you give him. You know what I mean? Yeah, I haven't done Telegram yet. I don't know if I'm gonna. I mean, I downloaded Rumble 3, 4 months ago, 5 months ago, and I haven't done anything with it. I got these new earbuds. They translate if somebody's talking in Spanish, they'll translate it to English. They're pretty fucking good. Jeremy, I don't know if you ever seen on eBay. There's a company called Marauder. They do injection molding weapons, like reproduction for Star Wars, and then they do like all their GI Joe, military weapons. The actual gun clip comes out, and these are 3 3/4 scale weapons. 4-inch figures. The scope, silencers are removable. Everything but the bullets shooting out. I have a bunch of their shit. They make the military bunk beds for like dioramas, oil, 55-gallon oil drums. I got one in a diorama. And what I did was in the diorama, I stuck the flat magnet. You buy the magnet in the roll, and I stuck that there so it's removable, but it won't move and fall over. What's up, Bit? Yeah, Jeremy, it is hard to do. I would imagine, especially in fucking injection molding and that scale. I mean, the fucking magazine is so fucking small, man. You drop that, you'd be like Hunter Biden looking for crack in the carpet, finding fucking Parmesan cheese. But it's a good fit, and it's not something like one time you do it, then it's all loose and it falls out. I mean, it's good quality, man. You know what it is? They captured they were able to make the resin flexible, like Hasbro and every other toy company that makes them. So they're not hard, rigid where they would snap. They're flexible and everything too. See, I was able to when I did the resin casting. You got part A and part B, and what I noticed, if you add coloring to it, even though it's the color the resin's the color you want, like if you get black resin or the white beige. Well, anyway, if you add a little extra color than what it's called for, it'll be a little darker. It'll come out darker, but you're going to paint it anyway, so it don't really matter. But it gives the helmets the flexibility to fit over the head, like the comes out more rubbery than rigid plastic. I guess I'm trying to say. Yeah, I got the liquid I use, Jeremy. I thought about the powders because I know they had the powder you put in there when you mix it in the resin, and then it'll make that part glow in the dark. Yeah, well, I don't know how it'll work with the powder, but you can give it a try. I used to do the eyedropper bottle of the liquid, and I noticed when I played around, I didn't. One day I was just casting, and then one time I casted. I was doing the Mandalorian helmets because they were a fucking seller. I couldn't. I could make 20 in one fucking day, or a couple hours, and then fucking sell them before the day's over. I couldn't keep those motherfuckers in. I had like 20 molds because I could make them faster. I had to keep making molds for that shit. But playing around with it, I was getting the helmets because it comes out of the mold soft, but over time it'll cure and get hard plastic. Well, when I went to clean the parts, I'm like, hey, this shit ain't it's still mushy, but it was good. And it fit perfect over the helmet. So I had to figure out what the fuck I did to make that happen. Yeah, the biker scout. Oh, Mandalorian on the speeder bike. Okay. Water on some blue can make some cool effect. Yeah, yeah. I used to put super glue on my fingers so I wouldn't. If I got cut, it wouldn't. Or if I got cut, I would put it on the cut. Super glue worked good for that. Super glue works good for joints too. On the fingers, like if you're gonna paint them on the joints, you file them down with a Dremel, and then just for an extra thing, you're still gonna want to move the arm and everything. You put like 2 coats of paint down, and then you wait till it totally dries, and then you get the. You don't have to buy the brush on super glue. You can do it yourself with a whole brush, but I recommend buying the Gorilla Glue brush on, and then you brush that on over the joint. You wait that for that to dry a good couple hours, and then you put then a coat of paint or two, and then put your sealer on top of it. Oh, you're making a whole fucking speeder bike. All right. See, I used to collect parts of vehicles. Like if I would buy a lot of toys, sometimes they would come with like a half TIE fighter, or, missing wings and shit. But those are great for dioramas. You can make them like all my defects of helmets, like the ones that didn't come out, I couldn't sell. I would give my buddy mostly the defects, but I would sell some defects because they were great for dioramas, having, busted up helmets on the ground. You do a quick paint job on them, dry brushing, boom, put them on your diorama, and there you go. You don't have to ruin a good, like I did the Walking Dead figures, and I did Carl's head, and the defects, especially on his eye, I would sell that head. I even made a head out of it, his alternative head with the eye missing. And like Glenn, when he got his head bashed in, the defects with his head in it, part of his head might be missing or something, was perfect to recreate that. Happy accidents, right? Happy little trees. Yeah, the press molds. Yeah, I thought about doing that. I mean, you can do anything nowadays. It's a fucking amazing thing. But anyway, I gotta take a piss.
In the forest deep and wide, they say Bigfoot likes to hide. But science tells a different tale. No footprints, no fur, no trail. Oh, Bigfoot, where could you be? A myth, a legend, just fantasy. No evidence for us to see. Bigfoot, you're a mystery. Blurry photos, shaky cams, stories told by many hands. But when we look with a skeptic's eye, Bigfoot's just a tale gone by. Oh, Bigfoot, where could you be? A myth, a legend, just fantasy. No evidence for us to see. Bigfoot, you're a mystery. Blurry photos, shaky cams, stories told by many hands. But when we look with a skeptic's eye, Bigfoot's just a tale gone by. Scientists search both near and far, but no Bigfoot in their radar. Just a legend, a campfire song, a tale that's been around too long. Some say he jumps through dimensions or communicates with telepathic intentions. But these ideas are quite absurd, just stories spun from word to word. Oh, Bigfoot, where could you be? A myth, a legend, just fantasy. No evidence for us to see. Bigfoot, you're a mystery. If you have to make him magical, he's just imagination. Oh, a creature of myth, not reality, a figment of our fantasy. Science needs tangible proof, like bones, hair, tracks in tall grass, excrement or something solid to show, not just a blurry video. Bigfoot, where could you be? A myth, a legend, just fantasy. No evidence for us to see. Bigfoot, you're a mystery. So next time you hear a Bigfoot tale, remember this song and set sail on a journey of truth with facts in hand, debunking Bigfoot across the land. They say Bigfoot likes to hide, but science tells a different tale. No footprints, no fur, no trail. Oh, Bigfoot, where could you be? A myth, a legend, just fantasy. No evidence for us to see. Bigfoot, you're a mystery. Blurry photos, shaky cams, stories told by many hands. But when we look with a skeptic's eye, Bigfoot's just a tale going by. Oh, Bigfoot, where could you be? A myth, a legend, just fantasy. No evidence for us to see. Bigfoot, you're a mystery. Shaky cams, stories told by many hands. But when we look with a skeptic's eye, Bigfoot's just a tale gone by. Scientists search both near and far, but no Bigfoot in their radar. Just a legend, a campfire song, a tale that's been around too long. Some say he jumps through dimensions or communicates with telepathic intentions. But these ideas are quite absurd, just stories spun from word to word. Oh, Bigfoot, where could you be? A myth, a legend, just fantasy. No evidence for us to see. Bigfoot, you're a mystery. If you have to make him magical, he's just imagination. Oh, a creature of myth, not reality, a figment of our fantasy. Science needs tangible proof, like bones, hair, tracks in tall grass, excrement or something solid to show, not just a blurry video. Bigfoot, where could you be? A myth, a legend, just fantasy. No evidence for us to see. Bigfoot, you're a mystery. So next time you hear a Bigfoot tale, remember this song and set sail on a journey of truth with facts in hand, debunking Bigfoot across the land. In the forest deep and wide, they say Bigfoot likes to hide, but science tells a different tale. No footprints, no fur, no trail.